On January 6, 2021, America watched in disbelief as protesters stormed the United States Capitol building. This iconic structure, a symbol of American democracy, became a battleground. Thousands of Trump supporters descended upon Washington, D.C. to prevent the certification of Joe Biden's victory. Fueled by claims of voter fraud, the crowd overwhelmed security barriers and breached the Capitol. Inside, lawmakers were rushed to safety as the mob roamed the halls. Images of broken windows and confrontations with law enforcement flooded news channels. The day resulted in 5 deaths and numerous injuries, painting a grim picture of chaos and violence. The events of January 6th shook the nation, raising profound questions about American democracy. The attack on the Capitol became a pivotal moment in American history, shaping political discourse and legal battles. For many who participated in the events of January 6th, their actions stemmed from a belief that the 2020 election had been stolen. They saw themselves not as insurgents but as patriots fighting to protect it.
These individuals, largely Trump supporters, had been fed misinformation and claims of voter fraud. They pointed to alleged irregularities in key states, echoing Trump's claims.
Social media platforms amplified these claims, fueling distrust in the electoral process. Many believed their voices were not being heard, and that democracy was under threat.
To them, the march on the Capitol was a last stand, a desperate attempt to make their voices heard.
While their actions were unlawful and violent, understanding their motivations is crucial. While some viewed January 6th through the lens of protest, others saw it as a blatant attack on American democracy, an insurrection. For them, the images of that day, the breaching of the Capitol, the violence, the disruption of the peaceful transfer of power, were deeply unsettling, and a stark reminder of the fragility of democratic institutions. They argued that the actions of the mob went far beyond peaceful protest, crossing the line into criminal behavior. The intent, they argued, was clear: to prevent the certification of Joe Biden's victory and keep Donald Trump in power. This, they believed, constituted an assault on the very foundation of American governance.
The fact that the insurrectionists were motivated by unfounded claims of election fraud made it all the more alarming. It highlighted the danger of misinformation and the erosion of trust in democratic processes. The events of January 6th served as a stark warning about the vulnerability of American democracy to extremism and the importance of upholding the rule of law.
The events of that day continue to reverberate, shaping political discourse and legal battles that are still unfolding. Section 4. Justice served, outcomes, and legal battles. The aftermath of January 6th saw a nation grappling with the enormity of what had transpired and demanding accountability for those responsible. Investigations were launched, and the Justice Department began the arduous task of identifying and charging those involved in the attack.
To date, over 1,000 individuals have faced charges related to the Capitol riot, ranging from trespassing to seditious conspiracy. The legal proceedings have been extensive and complex, with some arguing for leniency and others demanding the full weight of the law be brought down on the perpetrators.
The cases have presented unique challenges for the justice system, forcing prosecutors and judges to navigate uncharted territory in holding those responsible for an attack on American democracy accountable.
The most high-profile figure in the January 6th saga, Donald Trump, has faced intense scrutiny for his role in inciting the violence. While he was impeached by the House of Representatives for incitement of insurrection, he was acquitted by the Senate. However, the legal battles surrounding Trump and his allies are far from over, with investigations and potential charges still looming.
Section 5. A Nation Divided, January 6th and its Legacy. 3 years after the January 6th attack, its legacy continues to loom large over American society. The event exposed deep political and ideological divisions, fueling ongoing debates about election integrity, the spread of misinformation, and the right to protest.
It has become a defining moment in recent American history, a stark reminder of the fragility of democracy and the importance of safeguarding its institutions. The attack on the Capitol also underscored the urgent need to address the root causes of political polarization and extremism.
It highlighted the dangers of misinformation and the role of social media in amplifying divisive rhetoric. The events of January 6th will continue to shape the political landscape for years to come. They serve as a stark reminder of the importance of civic engagement, responsible leadership, and a shared commitment to democratic values.
As America moves forward, it must grapple with the lessons learned from this dark chapter in its history and work towards healing the divisions that threaten its future.